Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is 11/8/26, or sorry, November 8th, 2016. Normally, my introduction is hello, this is Mr. KB, but seeing as the scenario is in the United States what it currently is, my name is Moises. Now, what kind of name is that? I am of Mayan ancestry. My grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, was a Mayan native. For anybody who's not familiar, the Mayans covered the bottom part of Mexico and mostly all of Guatemala and Belize. And city folk came in and merged the two together. So my father is a mix of native and non-native. I have some of that blood. My mom is from El Salvador. Both actually came to this country over 30 years ago. Well, I'm going to be 34 this year, so we're going to say 35 years ago, maybe a little bit over that. And yeah, they came here illegally, which I know a lot of you actually fear. And I'm going to try to keep this respectable as I possibly can, because I know I tend to rant and rave about certain things, mainly things that are unimportant when you look at the grand scheme of life, which are some games, video games, because that's what this channel tends to kind of be about. And whenever the 49ers tend to lose a lot, and the way that they lose, I tend to rant and rave and do stuff. And very rarely do I ever get political. And it's a subject that's very taboo to talk about pretty much anywhere, because people have different views and they tend to hold on to these beliefs like life and death. Like next to religion, I think politics is one of those items that people are born to hold on to as almost like an identity. And I really don't want to insult anybody's identity. So I'm going to talk about things, and I swear I'm going to try to keep this as polite as possible, because I do have my own personal belief that we can disagree on just about anything. Anything. We don't have to agree on almost anything. The only exception being is be a good person, respect all people, and then be a good person. If you can follow those three things, I don't care what your political views are. I don't care what your religion views are. I don't care about anything else. Sexual orientation, race, I don't care. I really don't care. So it looks currently in the United States of America that Donald Trump will be our next president. It's kind of surreal to see this. He is a person who has outright disrespected 80% of the nation, if not a little bit more. And I'm not talking about minorities. I'm not talking about people like myself. I'm not talking about my Muslim brothers. I'm not talking about my African American brothers and sisters, my Muslim sisters, my Korean brothers and sisters, my Chinese, none of them. I'm not talking about that. I'm literally talking about anybody else who's not a white male, including white females. Y'all heard about, and a lot of this is going to be probably some vulgar language that's not coming from me. You guys heard about the grab them by the pussy incident that happened with him. And just, him saying he's going to date his daughter. And again, personal life, you can try to justify what he's saying in any possible way, and that's fine. It's amazing to me that with all that, he can still be elected president. And in a way, it's kind of scary as well. Now, I know a lot of people on social media have been saying, I'm going to move to Canada, I'm going to move to Europe, I'm going to do this. No, you're not. No, you're not. I mean, some of you might. But you ain't moving. And I'm not moving. I'm not. If you look at my video and go, oh, you fucking beaner, go back to where you came from. I was born in East LA. I grew up in Hollywood, moved to Long Beach. I currently live where I live. I'm not going to say where I live. And the one thing that my came here immigrant father always taught me is treat everybody with respect. Doesn't matter if they're black, doesn't matter if they're white, Chinese, Korean, Muslim, Hindu, Jewish. You guys get the picture. Treat everybody with respect. Because you never know when that person that you treat with respect will someday be there to save you. And it's not that you're expecting to be saved, but you just never know. If you treat everybody like an asshole and your house is burning, guess what? You're burning as well. But if you treat everybody with respect, and I truly do believe that, if you treat people with respect, you may still burn, but there'll be somebody next to you burning with you, trying to save your life. I'm probably gonna start crying because I think I was gonna get emotional, but you know, it's kind of scary to think that this man has preached hate and divisionism and elitism and has essentially divided the country and won. And if you voted for Trump, hey, you know what? It's cool. It's honestly cool. I don't have a problem with that. Our system is made so you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. That's just plain and simple. Plain and simple. That's how this election, that's how the system is set up. You can cast your vote for whoever you want. And you guys wanted Trump. And that's fine. Now, the one thing that I ask, if you're a Trump supporter, is just be good people. Don't look at me and see me as the child of an immigrant, somebody who came and took your job, somebody who shouldn't be in this country, somebody who is wrong just for being born differently. Don't look at my son that way. Don't look at anybody in my family that way, because we're not. If you want to know who I am as a person, I'm gonna be 34 this year. All right. I've had some rough times, like seriously rough times. You know, there was a patch in my employment cycle where I didn't have a job for 2.5 years, or at least not a consistent job for 2.5 years. You know, I was on unemployment because I worked for it as a citizen of this country and as a resident of California. I'm entitled to, when I have hardship, to file for unemployment, and I did. And with my current living situation, if I wanted to, I can get food stamps as well. I can get probably $400 or $500 in food stamps, but I don't. Out of pride, maybe. Is it foolish pride? Possibly, because if I have to spend money on food, it's more money for me to spend on something else, but I don't. The reason why I don't is because my who came here immigrant mother actually scolded me when I joked about it, because when I was expecting my son, I currently at that moment didn't have a job. And she said, hey, you don't have a job, what are you going to do for food? And I told her, you know, jokingly, because I wasn't going to actually go through the paperwork and the hassle of having to deal with that. I'm like, I'm going to go on food stamps. The scolding that she gave me at 22 going on 23 for even joking about that was, I don't want to say soul shattering, because that's not what I did. But I understood why she did that. My mom came here as an immigrant. She had to work at times for jobs that paid her less than minimum wage. I once saw my mom cash a check for 74 cents. 74 cents for working. The person who cashed the check at the liquor store actually felt so bad for her that he waived the actual $1 fee that it took to cash that check and said, hey, don't worry about it. Just pick something like a candy for your kid or a couple things that are worth $1 and just go. And I remember that moment. I was maybe like 4 years old, 5 years old. But shit like that, you don't forget. You don't forget. And you think about certain things in life when things like this happen. You don't forget shit like that. And not once ever did it ever cross my mom's mind to get on EBT food stamps. She never got on them. We had times where literally all we had to eat was sometimes rice for 2-3 weeks. When all we had was rice and beans, if we were lucky, for months. Couldn't even afford tortillas. And if you look at my colors, my skin, I like my tortillas. We really couldn't afford any other like solid protein like ground beef. Not even like ham, smoked ham with water added. None of that stuff. And all these things led that even though she could have gone to food stamps, she never did. She was too proud. She wasn't going to come here and mooch off of the system. She wasn't going to come here. No, she was going to work. She was going to work to keep the roof over her head, to keep the fuel in her car, the clothes on her back, and the rice and beans in her stomach. And she would work 14, 15, 16-hour days. Just to make that happen. Even though if she had taken a lower paying job, she could have got on food stamps and probably lived better than she did busting her ass. My mom is currently, she only be 34. She was 19 when she had me. What does that actually put? She's 53 years old. I think she just turned 54 years old. And some days she can barely walk. Hobbling on knees, on busted knees from working so damn hard. Her genetics have led her to have rheumatoid arthritis because my grandma in El Salvador has that, so it's genetics. I might have that one day too, and I'm not scared of it. You know what I'm saying? Genetics are genetics, whatever, man. That's life. But to this day at 54, my mom works 6 days a week. 12-hour days. Only getting Sunday off. And that's what she does. Don't hate my mom because she's brown. Don't hate my mom because she's from El Salvador and she was an illegal alien. She took her test and now she's an American citizen. That is the American dream. That's the fucking American dream right there. She came here, busted her fucking ass to the point where she can barely walk some days. And she has a house that she has to bust her ass to keep. And even then, she ain't taking fucking food stamps. My mom is a type of person that will keep working until the day she's in a fucking wheelchair. That's who she is. She's not taking a job that you want. She's not doing anything to take more than what she worked for. Nothing. Everything she currently owns, she pays for with her boyfriend by working their fucking ass off. By busting their hump. But if you want to judge my mom because she's not quote unquote a real American, then who the fuck is? Who the fuck is? If you're older than I am, and you can legitimately say that you have been busting your ass for, I'm gonna say minimal pay at this point, just to survive, fine. I guess you're a better American than she is. But not once has my mom ever gone on food stamps. Not even when she was out of a job for 6+ months. Because her company was moved to Mexico. Now, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what his deal is. I didn't hear anything through the election that he was actually going to do anything to improve this country. All he said is that he had a plan to bring jobs back to America. All the while saying a bunch of random nonsense that literally I don't think really helps the situation. Screaming things that reminded us of the 50s and 60s, and to some of you that was the best time in American history, and to me, looking back on it, even though I wasn't actually alive during those time periods, those were some dark times, man. Those are literally dark times where people were beaten, hosed down, hung by trees simply because they weren't white. I don't have any fear every Trump presidency. I really don't. The system is set up in a way where there are checks and balances, where no one man has total power over the entire nation. Local and state government govern themselves for the most part. Even something as far as an act of going to war, for the most part, has to be approved by Congress. Has to go through the whole, checks and balances of, is this man? There's a reason why we don't have a king anymore, and that's part of it. No one man should have control over a nation. This nation separated from England for that very purpose. A Trump presidency does not scare me at all, but what does scare me, and I'm being completely honest right now, I'm honestly fearful, is that when you see what happened at the rallies, the physical abuse, even here where I currently live, there was a Trump rally along with a Klan rally down the streets. And it's that empowerment of the citizenship of people of a similar mindset that Trump doesn't directly put out there, but there is a strong association of white power supremacy that comes from his speech, that seems to have empowered a lot of hate in that arena. And that's the part that scares me, is what are the citizens who already think like that are going to feel empowered to do. That's the part that scares me. I don't want to get into fist fights. I don't want to get shanked. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to get jumped on. I don't want to get beaten simply because of the color of my skin. I still, from this point on, want to unite with everybody. I'm not trying to see color. I'm not trying to see religion. I'm not trying to see anything else. I'm trying to see us come together. I'm trying to see us stand as one America. I want to see less people homeless. I want to see more people working. I want to see people not have to be on food stamps unless they severely, truly need to be. Welfare, any type of government assistance, I want people off of that. I want our kids, all of us, doesn't matter what race, to have the chance of a higher education without having to go broke trying to achieve that, so they can make this nation great again. It's not going to happen by building a wall. It's not going to happen by dividing us as a people. The way that we make America great again is by investing in the citizens, by creating jobs, by giving them a plan for retirement, by being able to educate our younger, soon to be, working class citizens, our next rank of doctors and lawyers and teachers and and firemen and policemen and all that. Give them the chance to succeed in this life. That's how you make America great. Not by saying the 1% gets to keep what they have while the rest of the 99 have to struggle for it. No. Now, I'm not asking for total equilibrium. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for me to be getting 6 figures. I'm realistic with what I think I should be getting for my job. Currently, I feel I'm a little bit underpaid for what I do, but again, that's just personal opinion and my personal preference to what it actually is. But at the same time, I'm not asking for 6 figures. I'm not asking for $1 million this, $1 million. No. If you went to school and you busted your ass to become a great lawyer, to become a great programmer, to become a great chef, to become great at what you do, even good or better, if you have skills that I don't have and people are willing to pay you more for that than I currently get paid, that's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. You deserve it. You're obviously good at what you do and you deserve to be compensated for that. I'm sorry that I'm slurring my words here. And I'm okay with that. And for me, I'm in the middle ground. I have a bunch of toys and stuff around the house, and my kid is not suffering. We have a roof over our head. We got food in our stomach. And my kid's not suffering. We good. But at the same time, it pains me to think that a person working at Walmart, working at McDonald's, working at any other place that doesn't want to hire full-time employees and paying them the bare minimum wage still need food stamps to survive. And then when the idea of paying them $15 an hour comes up, like, well, they don't deserve that. I don't deserve. No. I don't work at McDonald's, but I still don't consider myself to be better than anybody who can work there. Just looking at what they have to deal with every day. Have to deal with people going, I asked for no fucking ketchup in my burger. Oh, hell no, cuz. I told you no motherfucking onions in my shit. Dealing with that all day. Dealing with angry customers, having to be nice, having to be civil, having to serve people day in and day out. How can I take your order? Hi, how can I help you? Having to try to be positive, having to try to be that positive moment in somebody's day to make it an experience. Even if you're just going to McDonald's, to not be rude. Those are skills, whether you believe in them or not. Making sure that when you bite into your chicken nuggets, when you bite into your burgers, that you're not dying from E. coli. Taking care of it, quality control. Whether you think those are viable skills or not, if you ate a burger at McDonald's, you don't get E. coli from it. It's because people behind there are making sure that you don't die by eating at the restaurant. They're making sure that what you're eating is as fresh as possible. Despite of what you may think of the quality of the food, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You haven't died, you haven't got E. coli from there. Do I think I deserve more than they do? No, I do not. Do I think they deserve more than me? Depends on how you are. You can be great at customer service. You can be rocking at McDonald's, and yeah, maybe. You know what I'm saying? If you can control a staff of about 20 people and run a restaurant and make sure, everybody's happy, then yeah, maybe. Maybe you do deserve more than I do. But the idea of no because of where you work, that's never crossed my mind. Because that person might have to go home to their kids, put food in their stomach. There are kids in my son's school who literally only eat when they're at school. And very rarely do they have dinner. How the hell does that not break your heart in America? Possibly not even the richest, but like if we're gonna go by a democracy, a democratic nation, possibly the richest democratic nation in the world. How is it that we still have kids that can only eat while going to school? What happens to them over the summer? Like, how does it not break your heart as a person? No kid should ever feel that. And no parent should ever see their kid have to deal with that. This is America. How is that even a thing that even crosses your mind? That that's okay? It shouldn't be. I mean, I honestly don't know. Like, it looks like Trump is gonna win. And from a standpoint of policies and politics, I honestly think very little changes in my life. The company that I currently work for is a melting pot of multicultural people from all around the world. We work together, we respect each other. We may not always agree on everything. We don't need to. But we respect each other. You know, we understand that we have each other's back. We understand that we have one common goal. And it's to do a good job. So, unless that changes tomorrow or in the next 4 years, you know, like, this presidency doesn't really affect me. And despite who is president, it doesn't really affect me. Who it does affect is the people making minimum wage. The people making less than I do. People having to work 2 or 3 jobs. It affects them. What's going to happen, nobody really knows. You know, they can't really afford to pay more in taxes. I don't think state by state the states can afford to give out more to their citizens than they're already given for food stamps or any type of financial living that they already do. And all I want from this is, look, man, you supported who you want to support, and that's fine with me. I really don't care. But let's still treat each other right. You know, let's stop looking at the color of my skin, the make of my religion, the origins of my culture. Let's stop looking at all of that, because all of that is really unnecessary. If I can sit down with you and have a beer with you, glass of water, cup of milk, whatever it is that we're drinking on, and we can talk and relate and not necessarily agree on everything, but if we can have a civil discussion, even if it gets a little bit heated, and then we help each other out, that's how we make America great again. Building walls, dividing the current populace based on our skin tone, our religion, our beliefs, is only going to make this country more divided. It's going to make us worse. It's not going to make us strong. We're going to be weak. We have to link together like a chain. Be strong. Pull for each other. Be there for each other. Link. But if we allow something like this to create a weak link, you know what happens to that chain. It breaks. How can America be great again with so many weak links in it? If you believe a certain way, then you believe a certain way, and that's fine. I understand your belief of maybe not liking Mexicans, maybe not liking African Americans, not liking the Chinese, not liking the Koreans. That's your belief. I really don't understand it, but that's your belief. But if we can be civil to each other outside in the open, while our one common goal is to make America great again, if we can do that, it doesn't matter who the president is, because America will be great regardless of who the president is. Because we, the people, make this country what it is. We can make it great, or we can make it a steaming pile of shit. It's really up to you to decide what you want to do. For me, I'm willing to link with whoever wants to link up so we can build each other up. So we can make America great again, regardless of who the president is. And I hope that's enough. So, I mean, that's going to be it. Sorry I jumped around on topics and stuff. Like everything else, I don't have a script. There's, everything that I said is from the heart. You know what I'm saying? I want to be cool. I want to be cool with everybody. I know that's not possible in some cases, but I want to be cool with as many people as I can be. You only get one life, man. There's no reason for unnecessary hate to take a hold of it. Let's me and you, regardless if you're African American, white, Chinese, Korean, Muslim, I don't care. Let's join together. Let's make America great again. Let's not let anybody divide us. When we do that, nothing can destroy us. So with all that being said, one more time, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, so this has been Moises, aka Mr.KB, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.